So I've got a lot of questions about how to record and then share your recordings within Zoom. So I want to show you a few settings really quickly. First, at zoom.us, make sure you log in with your profile and clicking your icon on the top right or clicking profile, you make sure you are utilizing the licensed version of Schoology. Because once you've got the licensed version, then it doesn't matter what device you're on, but you can actually turn on cloud recording. To show you where that setting is, I'm going to go to settings and then I'm going to choose recording and change some of the recording settings. I don't know what the default settings are because I've changed this so many times, but what I would recommend is do not record locally, leave that off, but record to the cloud. And not just recording one feed, but actually all of these feeds, because then that means after you're recording, after your session, you're not going to just have one video file, you're going to have 5. And depending on what you want to do with that file, you can use any of those 5 to link out. There's a few other additional settings here. I would add some extra information to the recordings like timestamps, participant names, thumbnails while sharing, just anything here because I think any of this information will be valuable to you. You can entertain the idea of using automatic recording. I actually have this turned off because I have a lot of test meetings going on, but if I was meeting with students on regularly, I would probably leave that turned on. Here's another option that I would probably leave on as well. Only authenticated users can view the cloud recordings, because what's nice about this is when you record to the cloud, you can just send the students the link to your recording, and I'll show you that in a second. The rest of this stuff is pretty straightforward. I would possibly take off the passcode to record, to see this cloud recordings, because they're only going to see them in your Schoology course, so I wouldn't worry about the security of that. But once you've read through all these settings and kind of made them work for what you're thinking, I would go ahead and record your session, and then when you're done, the recording's online. So just go to zoom.us again, and you can actually log into your account and click recordings. And here's where you can actually see your cloud recordings. It takes a few minutes for it to process in the background, but here's a recording I did from this morning. If I click on this meeting, notice that I have 5 files. And if I scroll down, each one of these is a different video file. So if I want the students to just be watching me as I talk to the whole class the whole time, boom, speaker view. That's the link I want to send them. If I want them speaker view, but also to see what I shared with them, shared screen. If you had an issue where students were acting up with the gallery whenever you were sharing your screen, now you've got this link. So you can share that out with admin and track that down. If you had an issue with, as you shared your screen, someone took over the screen, shared something else, they're writing on the screen, now you've got this link, and you can use that one to share out. So this gives you all the information needed to either provide your students or to look into any not encouraging events that happen in your session. To get your students to these videos, you just use these links, copy this link, send it to you Schoology, paste it to Schoology, and then they can have access to that video. There's one other thing in here is that these will delete after 30 days. That's the default for the recording. If that is going to be a concern for you, you can change it in the settings, but I think that that's perfectly fine because within 30 days, things should be taken care of. And let's say you have a real issue show up, I would always download this and keep a local file for just those issues that pop up. But for the most part, just a link for 30 days should be good to go. Let me know if you've got any questions, but hopefully this will help get you set up with recording and then posting.